Hey guys, Drifter here. I hope you enjoyed the big ship crash. I know you've all seen it quite a few times by now, but I wanted to show you the one that killed me, and it's kind of fun to watch when you're playing the game. Anyway, today I've got the privilege of bringing you some pre-release Battlefield 4 gameplay. I was flown out to Los Angeles, California, courtesy of EA, Electronic Arts and DICE. They kind of worked together on this one, taking me and several other YouTubers and pros out there to play the game early and record, and they kind of gave us unlimited privilege on how much we recorded and what we did and what we showed. There's only a few things we can't show. There's like 3 or 4 hidden super secret kinds of knives that we could use but we couldn't show. But anyway, the last time I posted a Battlefield gameplay on my channel, it kind of went over like a fart in church. I talked about elitism in the Battlefield community, and some people liked it, quite a few people did not. But that kind of video was just kind of getting something off my chest to kind of explain why I haven't played Battlefield in so long. And this one, I would like to start over again with a clean slate. I would just kind of like wipe away the past and pretend that didn't happen. And we're going to start over and look toward the future of Battlefield. And I'm changing up my pistol because while this magnification here, this 3x zoom sight is fun, I prefer the mini deltas because then I can actually see what I'm doing when I'm at close range with the pistol. The game mode that you're seeing right here is the Obliteration game mode. This one to me was a lot more fun than Conquest because, well, at least with YouTubers, when we played Conquest, everybody was trying to get like trick shots and boat tricks and C4 and like funny kind of things going on, or show off all the guns. This is one of the few games where most of the people cooperated and tried to PTFO, and it was really fun. The build that you're seeing here is a very early build of the game. I think it's maybe the Gamescom build, or maybe even an earlier build than that. They kind of shipped in these computers, like mailed them, so that the on-site staff didn't really do a whole lot and set them up, and I have no idea how old this build is. It was a little bit buggy. You'll see some of the characters spaz out. You'll see some animation problems. You won't see the game crashes. That's one of the other things we can't show, because in this particular build, when the weather rolls in, there's something about the waves and the wind that just causes the system to crash, which is unfortunate because that was one of the more fun things, but we did manage to get it to work a few times. Anyway, the Obliteration game mode is kind of like, if I'm comparing it to Call of Duty again, it reminds me of Neutral Bomb. There's one neutral bomb that spawns on the map. Anybody can pick it up, but it's got multiple targets. It's not neutral targets. Each group has their own targets to defend, but it's like neutral bomb multi-target. I don't know. It's pretty fun, but this is very, very different. Again, playing with pro Battlefielders like Level Cap and Daskro and YouTubers like T Martin and KYR Speedy than it would be playing, or what's his face, Sandy Ravage, murdering people with a shotgun. You'll see him get me a few times. Than it would be playing with like random derps online. That was the new knife animation. KYR Speedy like knifing people, and you can see that sometimes you can actually shoot them mid-knife and save them, a lot like the old Battlefield. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and you want to ask how people played, how everybody did. The people that PTFO'd the most were White Boy and Level Cap. I kind of expected that of Level Cap. I guess I never watched White Boy's Battlefield gameplay. I had no idea what he would do, but he was like a vehicle expert, and he played much better than I expected. So the question now is, what do I think of this game? And I'm going to try to answer this question in a way that'll make sense for everybody. I'll compare it to other games. Number one, I would like to say that this game is good. It was fun. When our version wasn't crashing, it was a lot of fun to play it, and we all played and had a blast. The other thing that I would say to compare it to other games, and this is going to make a lot of people mad, this feels like Battlefield 3.5. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean to say that like, oh, nothing has changed, this game is garbage, it's the same old game. No, I'm saying it feels a lot like Battlefield 3, but slightly evolved, slightly picked up on, slightly copying Call of Duty, or vice versa. Maybe they had convergent designs or convergent game evolution, like you saw right there, like me leaning and stuff and trying to shoot around some of these covers. It's interesting, and it plays good, to tell you the truth. Battlefield 3 was a fun game. I never had any problems with it. It wasn't a flawless game, mind you. This game just kind of polishes that. We've got bigger squads, we've got more weapons, there is more destruction. It's not true, real, dynamic physics like Crisis or Red Faction, but there's a lot of it, and it makes sense in the game world, and it works well enough. The interactive maps and stuff, they're all fun, and it feels like a very polished and upgraded Battlefield 3, plus a little bit of steroids if you want to factor in all the other different things going on. And I think that's a good thing. So I think that if you're familiar with Battlefield 3, if you're a Battlefield 3 fan, if you like it, you will probably like this game. The next thing I would like to say is that this game is absolutely drowning in guns and attachments. I'm not kidding when I say there is at least 100 guns. There's like 12 pistols and 15 assault rifles, and 18 carbines. I don't know, people pronounce that so many different ways, and like 10 different kinds of rockets, and 15 sniper rifles, and then we have the PDWs and the shotguns, and we got like 10, 12 different kind of knives in this game. And then for each one of these weapons, except for most of the knives, you have at least 40 different attachments each. There's 3 different kinds of silencers, 3 or 4 different kinds of lasers, each one doing a slightly different thing. There's now, I think, 10 different kinds of grip attachments for your guns, each one doing a slightly different thing. And then you've got the optics, and then you've got the undermount attachment for some of the assault rifles. So there is a whole hell of a lot of variety, and that's not a joke, and I think that's going to add a lot of replayability. It's also going to add, on my end of things, doing technical videos and trying to like break things down and make the best attachments. When you get that many weapons and that many permutations and combinations and matchups, that's going to make my job very, very hard. If you watch people like Level Cap that kind of does a similar thing to what I did in COD and Battlefield, his job's going to be a lot harder, but there'll be a lot more things to cover. The sea combat, which is what we were supposed to be showing off in this level, is it's fun, but I think it's a little bit on the broken side right now, mostly because the new boats they added are way crazily overpowered. Like the new PT boats, the cruiser boats, the big ones, those things are like sea tanks. They are sea leviathans. They are godless, merciless killing machines. To put this in perspective, me and Level Cap, we were initially on the same team, and we worked together a lot. We got in a helicopter. He was flying because he's a slightly better pilot, and I was engineering. So I would be repairing his chopper and shooting rockets at the boat, and we had people on the ground shooting rockets at the boat, and White Boy kept putting C4 on his jet ski and suiciding the boat. And with all of this, it was like T-Mart, Gold Glove, Jericho on the other team, and oh, there's Captain Sparkles right there. They were able to take this boat and dominate the whole map and just smash everyone into the dirt, and it was brutal. It's like the only thing that can take down a boat is another boat, or have the entire other team focus on it. I guess it won't be as bad when there's 64 players versus 20 in a game, but the boat's pretty strong. I think it's a little overpowered. I'd make it a little bit easier to take down because it was crazy, as they didn't even have an engineer repairing it, well, fully anyway, and it was nuts. The jet skis are a little bit broken too. I think that they have like a great speed, but the problem is their handling. Something screwed up in the coding to where you can't turn in a jet ski. Jet skis are not maneuverable. You might see in some of my later gameplays, I would just come to a full stop and then turn and go, and it's like a straight shot with the jet skis. You can't do a whole lot with them. I think that's more of a coding issue, like somebody forgot something. I'm almost confident that'll be fixed in the full game and you'll have very maneuverable jet skis, but in this one in particular, they were a little screwed up. Again, the weather and destruction was fun. It's not perfect, it's not godlike, it's not, gonna make you jizz your pants and change the world or whatever, but it is very fun. It adds another layer of complication to the game, a visual flair, and some other neat things going on, and that's kind of how it is. The boat coming in is, again, not true physics. It destroys the map in the same way every time, but in this particular map, same way as the building falling, it destroys the central part of the map. Like the biggest, busiest part of the map just gets smashed. And so if somebody were there fighting over the objectives, which they invariably will be, you'll get to see that. Like if you're fighting in that building and you're trying to take the bomb or cap the flag and the boat comes in, you're toast. You're going to get run over. So that's kind of fun. My favorite part of this entire event was probably Minnesota Burns. For those of you that are unfamiliar with him, he's like a trolling commentator, and he mercilessly trolled T-Martin. I thought it was funny, but I understand why T-Martin was mad. So I said the game would crash when the weather came in. Most of the boat crashes you'll see are kind of engineered boat crashes. All 20 of us cooperated, and we tried to play conservatively and not push the game too hard and just, come on weather, come on, start up, alright boat, come on. We tried to get that boat to crash because we all wanted to film this boat. And we also decided that since we all work together, we're not going to kill each other when the boat is crashing because that'll ruin all of our film and stuff. So what we did is we just kind of sat there on the beach and didn't kill each other, except for Minnesota Burns. T. Martin's there with his knife or pistol or whatever, trying to get like a nice cinematic pan of the boat crashing, and Burns just walks up behind him and throws a bunch of C4 down, backs up and detonates him and sends him into the sky. And I can hear him. I can hear T. Martin just slam his keyboard down and yell, "What the blank," just cursing. Is like, and I think he blames somebody. He's like, "Speedy? What? White boy?" And then he looks at the tag and he's like, "Burns!" Yelling it super loud. Actually went a little bit loud for the mic there, and just started laying into him about we're cooperating, you screwing up my footage and all this kind of stuff. I thought it was funny. I'd have been really mad if it was me. Here comes the second game coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed my feedback on this. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. The second game is starting. It's a little bit different from the first. I'm going to be going a lot more vehicle oriented and a lot more sniper oriented when I pick up the big one-hit kill weapon. So I do hope you enjoy it, and that's it. If you like this kind of gameplay, if you like this kind of commentary, and if you want to see more Battlefield 4, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that YouTube kind of stuff. Drifter out.
I've eyes on enemy helicopter west of your location. The hostiles have the bomb. We got to take it. The bomb has been armed by the enemy. Step it up. West of your location.我看到了猎击手，我发现了一名敌兵，发现敌兵。The new bomb has been located. The hostiles have the bomb. The bomb is dropped.
发现了敌兵。我看到了敌机枪。我发现了敌猎击手。
Our team controls the bomb.
敌人。
Hostiles have the bomb. You rest on your current position. There appears to be a hostile sniper.
我看到了敌机猎击手。发现敌兵。手雷丢出去。 的异箱来了，拿好。